When we look at the contribution made by Mr. Rangaswamy, it's amazing. I was a part of the panel of the jury, and I went through the entire details of the file, and it was noteworthy to mention to the audience at the moment that the biggest quality that the judges found in his file was his desire to empower his team. That is the characteristic of a true leader. That is the quality of a true leader. And that's a proven fact worldwide. It's not something that management theories and management books talk about. It's a proven fact. And that is what Mr. Rangaswamy did. In the most adverse market conditions, he empowered his team to reach greater heights. He took a dealer network of 125 to a massive 1,100, and not only that, but even 3,500 retailers. Mr. Rangaswamy, on behalf of AMA, I can say one thing, that you truly deserve this award. Heartiest congratulations on this. Now we will read out the citation to be presented to Mr. Rangaswamy. In recognition of his significant contributions in achieving highest growth, building a visible and a respectable brand, and developing a team of motivated sales force and distribution network, Shri Achal N. Rangaswamy is presented with this AMA-Zydus Cadila Marketing Man of the Year Award 2007. May I now request Mr. Rangaswamy to address briefly to the audience and express his views on this.
Mr. Janak Parikh, Mr. Sunil Shah, respected Mr. Vyas, distinguished members of the audience, ladies and gentlemen, I am known for being sarcastic. My colleagues can stand by me on that. You know, a new employee, when he begins his career in an organization, is put on a period of probation. This period of probation generally lasts 6 months. At the end of those 6 months, there is a performance appraisal, and generally most of the people get through that performance appraisal. I think this 6 months is basically to ensure that this person behaves himself, comes up to the mark, and that there is no challenger to his place. Kindly pardon me for the next half a minute. Ahmedabad Management Association informed me on the 29th of November 2007 that I had been awarded Marketing Man of the Year. Exactly 6 months from that date, 29th of May 2008, I stand here before all of you to accept this award. 6 months, probation. I was looking for the challenger, but they finally decided that yahi hai right makhan, is it? Anyway, but look at the beauty of things. Time is a very important factor. Everything takes time. I don't know whether people at AMA were aware of it or not, but their intentions were good. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very significant day in my career. This very day, 29th of May, I complete 29 years of service in the sales and marketing profession. So when people have good intentions, good things happen. I see a lot of young friends out here. My tip to them is, things take time. A tree takes time to form. A human being's body takes time to form. The mind takes time to form. And so do award functions. They couldn't have thought of a better day. I can only compliment the Ahmedabad Management Association and thank them profusely for having chosen this particular day. Another significant thing, I don't know how many of you would really know, some of my close friends know, that exactly 29 years back, I stepped into Ahmedabad for the first time in my life. Having walked out of an elite college from Delhi University, I took up the job of a lowly trainee sales representative in a weighing machines company on a princely salary of 210 rupees per month. The only reason for taking that job was the job came with a bike, an Enfield Bullet. There was no other reason to want to get into sales and marketing. But then the journey that took place after that was so interesting, so exciting, so full of learning that I could just never leave it. Incidentally, I was officially posted in Gujarat exactly 25 years back. So a lot of coincidences happening at this time for me. Ahmedabad has not only given me a job, not only a bike, but a lot of other things, including a roof over my head and a fantastic life partner. My wife happens to be a daughter of your city. I'm going to dwell on the word salesman because this award is for a marketing man. Somewhere along the way, I must have graduated into becoming a marketing man because I took up the job of a salesman. Now, most people here would agree with me that nobody wants to be a salesman. Everybody wants to be a marketing person, and if possible, a marketing manager. But I'd like to state, and I'm sure that a lot of people sitting here on the stage and in the audience would agree that, as I said earlier, things take time. I only want to share one thought with you. Just think of a day, ladies and gentlemen, just think of one day when no salesman in the country sells any product to any customer. Just one day. Can you guess what would happen? 1 million people will probably go to sleep hungry. So that is a role a salesperson plays. And I have absolutely no qualms or absolutely no regrets in dedicating this award to all people who sell. Kindly bear with me for 2 minutes as I read out something. To a medical practitioner, there is something called the oath of Hippocrates. They take that oath when they get into medical practice. I would sincerely wish that people in sales and marketing begin their day on an empty stomach with this particular note. I'll just take 2 minutes. I am a salesman. I am proud to be a salesman because more than any other man, I and thousands of others like me built my country. The man who builds a better air conditioner or mousetrap would starve to death if he waited for people to come looking for him. Regardless of how good or how needed the product or service might be, it has to be sold. Edison had to install his light free of charge in an office building. The first sewing machine was smashed to pieces by a mob. Samuel Morse had to plead before 10 sessions of parliament before they even looked at his telegraph. People didn't go around demanding these products. They had to be sold. They needed thousands of salesmen, trailblazers, pioneers, people who could persuade with the same effectiveness as the inventor could invent. As a salesman, I have done more to make India what it is today than any other person you know. I've educated more people, created more jobs, taken away boredom from the laborer's work, given more profits to businessmen, and have given people a fuller and richer life. I have dragged prices down, pushed quality up, and made it possible for you to enjoy the comforts of various products that you use today. I have healed the sick, given security to the aged, and put thousands of young men and women through college. I made it possible for inventors to invent, for factories to work, and for aircraft to fly. Whether in future you live in prefabricated houses, eat hotter, tastier, and faster cooked food, or travel by supersonic cars to the moon depends on me. The buttered toast you had this morning in your hotel room was in a baker's oven because I made sure that a farmer's wheat reached the mill, which made it into flour, and the flour was delivered to the baker. Without me, the wheels of industry would come to a grinding halt, and with that, jobs, marriages, politics, and freedom of thought would be a thing of the past. I am a salesman, and I'm both proud and grateful that as such, I serve my family, my fellow men, and my country. Thank you. Thank you, AMA, for this wonderful honor. Thank you, distinguished panel of judges, for choosing what they thought was the right man. There are a lot of people out here in the audience who have been part of this journey. And thank you, Team Bell. Without the support of these people, nothing would have been possible. And of course, above all, apart from God, my wife and my son. Thank you.